Are you sick of people around you who pull you 2 steps back every time you take 1 step forward? Are you wondering how to deal with constant negativity and lack of support from people you care about? In today's video, I'm going to share a strategy with you that's going to help you get further along with your goal and reduce the effect of naysayers around you. Hi everyone, I'm Mark Talukdar and welcome to MTC Ed, where we share practical tools and techniques that help you live a productive, balanced, and meaningful life. This is part 2 of a video series where we explore the 8 habits for a successful and happy life. This is a follow-up from our last episode where I shared how negative labels affected my life and what I did to overcome them. I will leave a link to that video in my description below so you can check it out after this video. If you are new to my channel, please click the subscriber button and hit the notification bell icon so you can be notified every time I post a video like this. And it also helps me greatly to grow my channel. Okay, so let's jump into today's episode, number 7 of the series, and the topic for today is surround yourself with people whose visions and goals are aligned with what you want to do in life. See, here's the deal. If the majority of the people you hang out with don't see eye to eye with you, don't support your ambitions, don't support your goals, don't support your dreams, the more the chances are of you feeling stifled, feeling that no one understands you, feeling frustrated. And this makes it so much harder for you to become a better version of yourself. So what are you supposed to do? Are you just supposed to cut out all the friends and family from your life who don't support your goals and dreams? You can't do that. You care about them. They mean something to you. So how do you maintain a good relationship with them so that you can grow and do the things you want to do, but also reduce the negative effect they have on you? How do you scale up and do the things you always wanted to do without being bogged down by people who knowingly or unknowingly are bringing you down every time you try to stand up? So let me tell you a story of a struggle that I went through and what I had to do to overcome it, and what I learned from that experience that actually helped me out in other areas of my life. I don't know if it was the excitement of finally feeling free and independent when I went to college, or if it was just that I wanted to look cool. But somehow, around the age of 18, I had picked up the habit of smoking cigarettes. What first started out as a single drag at a freshman party eventually became a pack-a-day habit. I would feel a sense of anxiety, restlessness, irritability, even anger if I didn't smoke one every hour or so. I was addicted. Now, I'm not a doctor and I don't pretend to play one on the internet, so if you are struggling with something like this, please consult a professional. This story is meant to tell you my struggle with this and how it fits into today's topic, so stay with me. It'll all come together. I knew cigarettes weren't good for me. They made me stink, they stained my teeth, and probably led me towards a life with lung cancer. But for some reason, I couldn't walk away from it. Has this ever happened to you, where you know that something is bad for you, but you still keep doing it? To make things worse, my dad was a smoker, and growing up, I saw firsthand how it controlled his life and affected his relationship with my mother. She hated it. She hated the fact that he smoked all the time, and all she did was plead to him to quit. But despite knowing all of this, I don't know why I allowed myself to get sucked into it. I don't know. There was just so much of an overwhelming sense of guilt. I knew I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to do. And for 10 years, I flip-flopped, quitting one day, not quitting one day, deciding that that was it, and the next day picking up a cigarette. And right around 2015, I realized, you know what? Why am I doing this? What's stopping me for actually quitting this thing? I was so frustrated. I mean, there were obvious reasons like nicotine withdrawal and how it affected my mind and my body. There was obviously lack of self-control on my part to be able to not follow through my convictions. But then I realized something else as well. All my friends, well, almost all my friends, were smokers. See, when you're a smoker, you seek out others like you so that you can participate in, well, what I call our smoking rituals. If you're studying together and you need a break, that becomes a smoke break. If you're hanging out at a bar, and even if it's freezing outside, you huddle together, waddle out like penguins just to get a couple drags in. If you're at work, you walk up to someone else's desk, tap on their shoulder, tell them, hey, I'm going out for a break. You both know what it means. And you reply with something like, man, I'm having such a stressful day today, I really needed one right now. You smoke together when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're sober, when you're buzzed, stressed, excited. You stick together through sickness and health, much like a married couple would. I realized that even on days when I had the willpower to say no to cigarettes, I didn't have the willpower to say no to hanging out with my friends. Because at that point, just going out for a smoke had become a social activity. I would flush my own pack down the toilet and piss off the landlord. I would tell my friends, hey, I'm trying to quit. But none of these techniques worked. Some of my friends would support me and say, hey, you know what? You're trying to quit? We won't force you to come out with us. They'd go on their own, but then sometimes when they come back, they'll talk about some funny thing that happened during the smoke break or some fun thing that they planned while they were out together. And I would start feeling left out. With others, I'd try saying, I'm quitting, and they'd say, yeah, I quit every day, let's go. And in my already weakened state of mind, dying to take that drag, I would hang my head in shame and follow them, defeated. And it was at that point that I started realizing, wait a second, how much of an impact do my friends really have on me? Are they part of the reason I'm unable to do this? But what do? Do I just stop being friends with them? I can't do that. Well, it turns out there's a much simpler solution to that. You just start making new friends. You don't replace your old friends, you just add more to the group. Ones that are the way that you want to be like. In my case, non-smokers. See, if all your friends are smokers, you almost have no way of escaping it. But if half your friends are smokers, you still have the other half to hang out with while the smokers go out. It is such a simple but powerful concept. I soon started finding other activities to do during the smoking ritual sessions. I would go to the office cafeteria and ask the lunch lady how her day was going. I would strike up a conversation with other co-workers just to avoid having to go out with my smoker friends. At a bar, I would try to find non-smokers and strike up a conversation with them. On some occasions, I would even be honest and tell them, hey, I'm trying to quit smoking and my friends are going out for a smoke. You mind talking to me for 5 minutes? Don't get me wrong, sometimes the random stranger would be like, what? But you will be surprised how many times even a complete stranger is willing to help you just because they know that you believe in the cause and that you're working towards it. I started keeping tabs of every time I was really tempted to go out, but I didn't, and I felt good about myself. I still remained friends with my smoker friends. We still hung out, but now my life was more balanced. I had other people in my life who gave me strength to fight through those urges and made me feel that I wasn't missing out on much. This video is dedicated to my friend Ankit, who probably has talked me out of more situations like that than I can count. Today, I'm 100% cigarette free and I throw up even if I smell a cigarette 5 miles away. That's a lie. The truth is, I still have urges from time to time. But this time around, I actually know what I need to do to deal with them. And guess what? I'm super good at talking to strangers now. Seeing how successful this strategy was, I started wondering, are there other areas in my life where I'm being held back just because of the company that I'm keeping? At the time, I was working at a company that I just really hated. I hated what I was doing, I didn't believe in the mission of the organization, and there was a bunch of co-workers who felt the same way. We would all get together during lunch, talk about how much we hated the job, how we would love to have another job, how the job market sucks, and then after lunch we'll go back to our desks. Once in a while, some brave soul would muster up some courage and half-heartedly apply somewhere else and come back with a rejection letter. And that would confirm our previous assumptions about how there are no jobs out there for us. Don't get me wrong, it did feel good to share our feelings of our mutual hatred for our role, but it didn't get us anywhere. So I started interacting with other people, outside of my lunch group, outside of my division, outside of my company. I joined a group at a local library for job seekers who basically got together a couple times a week to sit together to apply to jobs. It's kind of funny because it became like a support group for people who was just beaten up by their jobs but still had some crazy notion that there is something else out there for them. And trust me, it felt good. It felt good to sit amongst like-minded people who were working together and helping each other find a new job. And guess what? After 9 weeks of doing this, I found a new job. To think of the fact that for 3.5 years, I stayed at that company, hating my life, hating my job every single day, but not doing something. All it took was 9 weeks with the right people to get where I wanted to be. You see, it's such a simple concept, but its power really lies in its simplicity. If you want to learn how to swim, you need to be around water and around other swimmers. If you spend your time away from those, it doesn't matter how much you want to learn how to swim. You'll probably never be able to do it. If you have bad spending habits and hang out with friends who blow their entire paycheck over a weekend, there is a very strong chance you'll end up being broke just like them. And the sad reality is, if 9 of your friends are broke, you'll be the 10th one. If 9 of your friends are smokers, you'll also be the 10th one. But guess what? If you have 20 friends or 30 friends, you still have people to hang out with while your smoker and broke friends go and do what they want to do. And maybe, who knows, over time, they will learn something from you and quit their bad habits as well. This is the power of positive company. It's the power of simple and small changes that we can create in our lives to make a huge difference in our health and well-being. Can you imagine the boost of confidence you can get when you finally change your circumstances and achieve something that you've been so desperately seeking? In my case, the age-old proverb, "You are the company you keep," really held true. What are some areas in your life where you feel that your current company is holding you back? I really want you to take a minute and think about it. Do you think you could improve your chances at succeeding by surrounding yourself with people who are working towards the same goal as you, or are already there and can guide you? Comment below and let me know. You know I love reading your comments, and I actually take video suggestions based on the questions you've asked. Here's a video suggested posted by SR. How can I avoid postponing things and avoid getting things done in the last minute? That's a great suggestion, SR, and thank you for posting your question. I'll definitely do a video on this topic in the coming weeks. If you have any questions or would like me to cover a specific topic, please comment in the section below. That's all for today's episode. Here's a scene from our next episode. Believe me, it's always the smartest people who don't end up doing anything. I know it's scary to reinvent yourself, but you need to learn how to get out of your own way. And today, I'm going to show you how. Please share this video if it resonated with you, or if you know someone else who can benefit from it. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, be kind to yourself. I am Mark Talukdar, and I build people.